Good morning, chaps and chapasses. Today we're going to talk about fly fishing for pike on the English Chalkstreams. So I thought by starting off and looking at some of the tackle that we use on the English Chalkstreams for pike, it's really quite specific tackle, a world away from our trout and grayling tackle, and looking more towards the type of things that we'd normally see on our saltwater trips. Here I've got a broad selection of tackle that I take out on a regular basis. Easiest place to start off with is the rod that we use. Here I have a Guideline LPX Coastal, one of their new saltwater ranges of rod. It's in a 9-foot length and a 10-weight line. That's perfect for fishing in the winter for pike because it can handle the big flies that we use and also the big fish that we hope to catch. Moving on to the reel, pike don't run a long way, so with a reel we're looking for just something that can contain the line that we need and also balance the rod nicely. So here I've got a Guideline Bosso 7.9, so a little bit lighter than the 10-weight rod that we've got, but it balances really nicely, and then I've loaded it with a floating line with a sink tip, which is perfect for anchoring the fly and getting it down to where the pike live during the winter months. Sticking with the reel, one of the things, drag isn't hugely important, but the river pike that we get on the Chalkstreams will fight, so it's nice to have the added bonus of a drag to slow them down. And for those of you that already saltwater fish, using the same reel for multiple formats helps with the startup costs. So if you've already got a 9 or a 10 weight saltwater outfit, that's perfect for tackling pike on our English Chalkstreams. Then getting more towards the business end, on our fly line we then add a section of leader. Here I just use level 30-pound fluorocarbon and vary the length depending on whether I'm looking to get my fly down deep. With a sink tip fly line, to get the fly down deep, I'll make my leader much shorter. In other situations when I know the pike should be quite active, I'll lengthen this off a little bit to get it away from the fly line. So as a general rule of thumb, a 3 to 4 or 5 foot leader would be a perfect starting point. On here we tie little perfection loops which make building the whole leader system that much easier. On the end of our leader we need to put our bite tippet. For this, rather than using wire, which is very common, I use a 100-pound hard mono. I make these up myself by crimping loop in one end and crimping a fast attach clip, which is a quick release clip for the fly, at the other end. It might sound like that the pike will just bite straight through this, but believe me or not, they don't, and it will stand up to the test of even the biggest pike. Then, right down at the business end, we've got the flies. You don't lose many flies during pike fishing, which is a great thing, but we do like to carry lots of different colours and different sizes and densities for different fishing situations. So I've got everything from heavy flies made by Fulling Mill, like this wonderful one which has tungsten dumbbell eyes to help it get down to the depths, particularly in the deep pools that we have on the middle reaches of some of the Chalkstreams, to big waggle tails which really appeal to the pike's aggressive sense, and you can typically fish these much faster because the tail moves that much quicker. And then we've even got some small glittery flies. We tend to steer away from some of these because the trout can hone in on those, all the way through to things of up to 30 centimetres in length. The pike likes a big meal, so we should give them them. Very important when pike fishing is to know what's going on at all times. On the Chalkstreams we're blessed by clear water for much of the season. So a decent pair of Polaroids, like the yellow lenses from Costa, are ideal for winter time when the light's low and we can track our fly as it comes across the river, and we can keep our eyes peeled for any pike that might be following. Hopefully, with all of that in hand, we've hooked our pike and we're ready to play it out. We've got our good reel, our good rod to deal with the pike in the water, but then we need a good net too. I use a McLeod's sea trout size net, which is perfect for reaching from the higher banks that we sometimes have on some of our short stream beats, but it also has a really good pan size for netting big fish and a deep mesh bag, so that even the biggest pike can slot in and be comfortable without putting the fish in any distress. Once the fish is in the net, it's very important that we look after it on the bank. So I always carry with me an unhooking mat, so if we've got any hard bank or can't get near the water, we can put that down, make it wet and lay the fish on it, looking after the fish to the utmost and making sure that it goes back safely to fight another day. As well as the unhooking mat, pike have big teeth. You don't want your hands to go near them, so very important are a decent set of unhooking pliers. Here I've got these guideline long nose pliers, which are perfect for keeping your fingers away from the teeth. And along with that, I also carry a set of wire pliers. These are perfect for cutting heavier mono, but also for debarbing barbed hooks. I prefer to fish barbless when I'm fishing for pike. It just makes the unhooking process and releasing that much swifter and keeps the fish's interest at the highest utmost regard. Now we've got some of our pike gear put together, what we need to do is hit the river and go catch a few pike. I hope you enjoyed this quick overview of the tackle that we use for pike on the English short streams. I hope you can join us on the river net season as we target the fiercest predator that we have in our rivers down here. And I hope that you enjoyed this video, and please like it and subscribe to our YouTube channel.